Welcome to Confusing Words in Action. Number 1. Learning English through pictures. Here are the 10 sets of words for today, and we have alright. You literally say it in the exact same way, and they're literally spelled the exact same thing, except one of them does not have an L, and one of them has a space. Anyways, then we have alphabet, and then letters, among, between, amount, number, answer, reply, any, sum, as, like, avoid, prevent, below, under, besides. I love ranting too much, don't I? But here we go. Alright, let's start off with our first pair of words. Alright and alright. Now, obviously, as I mentioned earlier, one of them is spelled A-L-L space R-I-G-H-T. It's spelled with two words. And the other one is alright. A-L-R-I-G-H-T. No space. Now, both of them are accepted, although both of them are used interchangeably quite well too. Alright means you're fine, and alright means okay. You will understand what I mean later. Like, if you use this practically, sometimes you're going to have to say, I'm alright. Also, sometimes you're going to have to say, I'm alright, mom. Something like that. Got it? Alright, so like, alright. I'm alright, mom. You don't have to worry about me. And alright, mom, I'll do it. Alright, like, one of them you're going to say, you're fine. The other one you're going to say, okay. Right? Understood? Good. Let's go to the example. Don't run. You'll bump into someone or fall. I told you not to run so fast. Are you alright, my dear? Alright, mom. Don't fuss. I'm fine. Next up, we have alphabet and letters. Now, you might be considering, what's an alphabet and what's letters? Now, an alphabet is made up of letters. Like, A is a letter, and by definition standards, this is a letter in the Korean alphabet. This is another letter in the Korean alphabet. I'm not exactly sure if I wrote this correctly, but this is an alphabet in the Japanese alphabet. And this one's from the Spanish alphabet, and so on and so on. Each of them have alphabets, but all of them are considered letters. Also, some of them are considered characters. Like this is a, I just realized this is both in Japanese and Chinese. Regardless, so here we go. Alphabet is made up of letters. Letters are like the things that make up an alphabet. Also, there are English alphabets, and Spanish alphabets, and German alphabets, Japanese alphabets, and so on and so on and so on. Here we go. Here's the comic. A, B, C, D. Which letter of the alphabet usually comes after Q, especially when Q is the first letter of a word? The children all seem to know their alphabet well. Letter U, miss. Let me check this one out. Qbert. Question. Quartz. Actually, that is correct. It really does have U after it. How come my teacher never taught me that? Alright, next up, we have these words, between and among. Now, you might think, there's no difference among this. But there is a little difference. Among is like, between several people. Like, if you use between, you're only talking about two people, or two things. But when you're using among, you're saying among several people, which can be two or more people. Now, like, between his two older brothers, or between these two players, and among those group of players, like that. Alright, let's get started with the comic. This is Dan standing between his two older brothers. Can you see that now? He's in there somewhere among that group of players. Look, Dan dodged between someone's legs. It helps to be small sometimes. In fact, Dan is among the best basketball players in the school. He just did a dunk! Can you see how short he is? Our next set of words is amount and number. Now, amount of something is you're going ahead and you use it for uncountable and mass nouns, whereas number, you're using it as in a countable nouns as well too. Like work, you really can't actually count work, but for number, you can technically count the number of pages. Also, it would be pretty inefficient to do so. Here we have the example, such as amount of work to do so, amount of salt I have, or the number of paper I have, or the number of salt shakers I have. You can't count salt, but you can count how many shakers you have of salt. Mr. Brooks has an enormous amount of work to do. He has no idea of the exact number of papers that he has to look at and sign. He deals with them one by one. Now at last he can take a break. Yay! Alright, next up we have reply and answer. Now, both of them pretty much mean the same thing, except for reply, you're usually replying to someone's letter or you're replying to someone's request. Like it's a follow-up to the question, whereas answer, you're going ahead and you are usually using answer when you're on a test or a question about something. Here we go. I saw a job advertised in a local newspaper and applied for it. A few days later, I received a reply asking me to go for an interview. At the interview, I answered all the questions as well as I could. Now, every time I answer the phone, I'm hoping for good news. Next up, we have any and some. Any and some. Now, any basically means you better use those with countable nouns and statements, whereas some, you're better to compare those with uncountable nouns and positive statements. What's the matter? I haven't any money in my purse. I can't pay the fare. I don't understand it. I haven't spent any money at all today. Don't worry, I can lend you some money. Take what you need. Pretty much that is quite the thing. Quite the notice, to be honest. Next up, we have as and like. As you like it. Now, the difference between two words, as and like, is that you use as with a descriptive advantage, whereas you use like when you're using comparisons followed directly by a noun and a pronoun, like he's as sweet as the pie, or he's like Henry James. Ha 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 ha. Alright, here we go. Harry and Larry are twins. They are like two peas in a pod. But their grandmothers see a difference. Grandma Smith thinks Harry is very good looking, like her side of the family. Grandma Jones is certain that Larry is as handsome as her cousin James, who was the handsomest man in town. It's good that the boys don't disagree, as their grandmothers do. Alright, next up is avoid and prevent. Now, when you're avoiding something, you're going ahead and you are avoiding something at that time. You are trying to not hit someone or not make contact with someone at that time. Whereas when you prevent something, you're thinking about something in the future or something in like near future or like at least sometime in the future, not like the exact present right now. You're going ahead and you're thinking about the future a lot. Like, you know how to prevent something, to take action about something, like prevent something is like you prevent the spread of a virus or something like that. Here's the comic. Jane had the swerve to avoid hitting the dog. The owner didn't even notice what happened. Jane tells her she must keep her dog on a leash to prevent a serious accident. The owner realizes that her dog just avoided being run over. Alright, next up, people, we have below and under. Now, when you're below something, you're going ahead and saying that you're in a position that is less than someone. Whereas when you're going ahead and you're saying you're under someone, it means that you are beneath them, or someone is beneath you in terms of amounts and numbers. We're going for a trip in a glass-bottom boat. We hope to see what goes on below the surface of the sea. Colorful fish are swimming about under that boat. I think there's an octopus hiding under that rock. But the strangest looking creature we saw was this one. I think I understand why you're saying that creature looks really, really strange. No fish looks like that. Unless you discover new species of fish, I suppose. What you're gonna call it? Homo fishes? That's a terrible name. Next up, we have beside and besides. As you notice, one does not have an S. The other has an S. Now, when you are beside something, you're going ahead and you're right next to something. But besides something, it's like that thing is like not the point. It's not the point. We should go somewhere else. We put up our tents beside a mountain stream. Later, we went exploring. We didn't see much at first besides trees and more trees. Besides being steep, the path was pretty rocky. But it was worth it for the view from the top. I suppose so. It's always worth it exercising. Also, it will be really harmful to you. Sometimes it will be harmful to your muscles. They will always regrow back stronger. It's just that you have micro damage in there. Alright, and here is the next set of words that we will be doing. Next time we'll be doing 21 words. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I hope to see you guys soon. Until next time, 生活 no peace. Bye bye.